Good morning. It's the 3rd of August and this is a sales update. It's been a long time since I've done one. I've not done any sales updates since about April. So I thought rather than just show you everything I've sold and bore you all to death, I would just do 20 recent sales over £20. Some of them are a win, some of them are not, as you will see. I'm going to go into screen share. However, my computer's been playing up and things have been very, very slow. So you may have to bear with me while my computer just doesn't play nicely. It is a possibility. Okay, so first up then. Oh, see, very, very safe. First up then, not exactly a win, although I'm sure they will be fine when they sell for the second time. So these are LK Bennett White Gracie Black Ballet Flats shoes. I paid either £3 or £4 for these at the car boot sale a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they sold very quickly for £29.99. Sadly, they do not fit the buyer, and so they're coming back. And as you can see by the fact that my cursor is now waving madly around the screen and nothing is happening, my computer is not coping well with having all these windows open. Not sure why. It's not a particularly old PC. It just doesn't seem to be coping with life anymore. So paid 3 or 4, sold for £29.99. Sadly, they are coming back because they don't fit, but I'm sure they'll sell again reasonably quickly. And I would just wait and talk amongst ourselves while I wait for the computer to catch up with what I want it to do next. This is the second time of attempting to film this because the first time I just got very frustrated and said several swear words, some well-known swear words and some less common ones, which I think I may have made up or adapted from the Anglo-Saxon versions. Next up, I know what's coming next, even if you guys can't see it. This is this one was thanks to Ben Fitzpatrick. There we go. It's a Nigella Lawson Living Kitchen ceramic bread bin. Ben sold his for nearly £100. Chip under the handle. I picked this up for £5.99 in the local charity shop. I was delighted when I got it, but I didn't realise it had a chip until I got it to the car. However, photographed the chip, declared it, pictures and blah blah blah. The board was a bit scratched and all the rest of it. Listed it at £49.99, had several offers of £20, £25, turned them down and finally accepted an offer on this for £35. Not as good as Ben's, but as I say, it does have a bit of damage. And I was quite pleased on £35 for something that cost me £5.99. Packing it was an absolute beast of a job. Did not enjoy packing it. Coming up next, all I see at the top of my screen, I don't know if you can see this, are just the tiny little tabs with a wee little bit of information to tell you what it is. And I'm trying to guess what's coming up next. I think this next one is going to be a set of 2 mugs and saucers that I bought at the car boot sale last week or the week before. But this is ridiculous, isn't it? Shall we talk about the weather? It's warm again. It's not, well, it's becoming sunny, but it's just been very heavy and muggy all morning. And you know, sweat inducing. This is 2 Villeroy and Bosch mugs and saucers. Again, sadly, not a complete win, as I have had to do a partial refund on these. One of them got broken on the way. I thought I'd packed them well enough, but apparently I had not. I paid 50p each for these, so I was delighted when they sold for £24.99. However, I mean, the customer was very, very reasonable about it. She just messaged and said, you know, they were quite well packed, but sadly one of them hasn't made it. And she accepted a partial refund of 50%. I figured 50% of the item is unusable, a 50% refund will be reasonable. And she was quite happy with that and accepted that. So although it is a over £20 sale, it's not by the time I've refunded half of it, is it? And then we wait again while my computer does its very slow thing. Should I tell you about my poor baddie finger while we're waiting? I've just punched the cooker, not deliberately. I'm not a violent and aggressive idiot. I'm all kinds of idiot, but I'm not a violent and aggressive one. But no, I reached out to take her frying pan off the cooker and just kind of missed and smacked my hand into the cooker instead. So I think I've broken a finger. It's going to be one of those odd videos, isn't it? It's supposed to be a sales update and it's going to turn into a random chat. This is a Jacques Vert jacket that I bought when I was down with Caroline in Newton Abbot a couple of weeks ago. I took my parents down for their night out and I stayed the night with Caroline. We did a little bit of charity shop shopping, not as much as we had intended to, because it was another hot, sticky, muggy day and we just couldn't cope. But I did pick this up. This was £4.99 and I was going to try and match it with a couple of dresses that I've got, but it wasn't quite the same as any of them. I was going to try and match it and sell them as a suit. Couldn't find anything that was quite the same and decided I would just sell the jacket on its own. I had to wash it. It wasn't very clean, so I took the chance of machine washing it, and then it was very bobbly, so I had to debobble it all over with my fantastic Philips debobbler as recommended by Fake Rachel. Came out very nicely after being debobbled and sold for £24.99, and I've had nice feedback on that sale. So pleased with that one out of a £5. Next up is another fail. See, it's not all win, is it? It's not all win. The reason this is a fail is, oh no, it's not. I'm telling a lie. This is a lie. Don't listen to me. I tell lies. I thought this was the Sylvanian Families treehouse, which the lady cancelled the order for, but it's not, because I didn't include that, because the lady cancelled the order. This is a Sylvanian Families cat family. At the moment, you're seeing a blank screen. I'm well aware of that, but it will come. There we go. Sylvanian Families Flair Beeman Ginger Cat family set. I bought a large bag of Sylvanian Families stuff from a lady at the car boot for a tenner, all sorts in it, but this particular set was quite a nice one. And I sold this for £34.99 plus postage. So I was pleased with these. Some of the, I don't know what makes them more desirable. I don't know if they're just that they're older, or that it's rare that you find them, you know, the whole members of the family, or what. I don't know what it is, but when I looked up completed and sold, I found that these ones were worth a bit extra. So pleased with that one. See, not a fail. Let me tell you things are fails when they're not. You shouldn't believe me. I'm plainly a pathological liar. Is it pathological when you just don't stop? Or is it compulsive? I don't know which I am. This is a random Google screen. I don't know why that's there. I don't remember opening that. We'll close it. That may turn out to have been, it was meant to be something else. We may end up with 19 sales over £20 instead of 20, because I'm not sure why that Google screen was there. This is a definite win. This was a guy who said, all my clothes are 50p. I pulled out the jacket and the matching skirt. It's Zara. Zara woman. I had to wash them because it was very difficult to tell what was pattern and what was grubby. As you can see, it's a kind of a strange colour. It's a blue with a beigey browny undertoney thing, and I wasn't 100% sure that it was clean. Even now it doesn't look clean, but I assure you it was. This has been washed and whatever. So 50p each and sold for, I took an offer on this of £35, so I don't know why it doesn't tell you what I took, but yeah, so matching suit, and I paid £1 all in and took an offer of 35 for that. That was a nice sale. And all of these things so far are quite recent purchases as well. I'm not sure if this means that I'm purchasing better, or I don't know what it means, or that recently listed things sell quicker. I'm not sure. Oh, that's the postman, which means shush. Bear with me a second. All right, boys. All right. Oh, so there'll be a moment while the dogs realise that it's gone. That's it, Kai's gone. Okay, sorry about that. See, the problem with I'm doing this through Hangouts on Air through YouTube, and I don't think you can edit it afterwards. If you can, then you won't know about any of this because I'll get it out. But if you're still hearing this, that's because I haven't found out how to edit. Kai! So, thanks to a lovely viewer, Lil and Alf, I was one book short. I couldn't tell you which one it is off the top of my head now, but I was one book short for completing this set. And Lil and Alf, who joins us in the chat frequently on a Sunday morning, messaged me and said, I've got the missing book that you need. I will send it to you, and did. So thank you very much, Lil and Alf. As soon as you had sent me that, I was able to get my set listed, and it sold for £44.99 plus postage really, really quickly. So thanks to Lil and Alf for that one. I'm really sorry about the background noise. This is not how I planned this to be. Absolutely not how I planned this. These Miffy books cost me, I think, 20p each, maybe less. The picture will appear. We'll just be confident that the picture will appear. There we go, it's coming. There was a full set of 16, yeah, and I paid 20p each, and then I think when she worked out that it would be £3.20, I think she rolled it down to £3 or something like that. They were all brand new. They're in beautiful condition. And yeah, and I sold those for £26.95 plus postage. Pleased with that as well. Next up is an Emma Bridgewater. I'm getting ahead of myself because I can see what's coming in the time. Emma Bridgewater recipe box, which I got from a charity shop some time ago. I paid £3.99. This is ridiculous, isn't it? This is possibly the worst sales update ever recorded, ever known to man, or woman, or tortoise. Computer has now frozen completely. I don't even know if it's still recording me. I don't know if I'm now talking to no one about nothing or something. All I know is it won't let me do anything. La 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 la. I could have just gone and opened the door to the postman, couldn't I, while I was waiting for this to happen? He's gone now. Okay, Emma Bridgewater polka dot recipe box, £3.99 in a charity shop a long time ago. Listed it up at £39.99 because it's hard to find. It's expensive on Amazon, hard to come across, but it wasn't shipping at £39.99. I gradually lowered it, and I took an offer on this one of £24 plus postage. So pleased with that. Just a recipe box that you add your own recipes in and file them in, and it will not allow me to click on anything. This Babyless Curl Perfect, or Curl Secret, I think it's called. I got this after seeing that Reselling Polly had picked one up and done well out of it. Mine was not quite the same as hers. Mine is a white blank screen, as usual. This is... There we go. Mine wasn't quite the same as hers, but I sold it for £39.99 plus postage. It was a bit of a hoo-ha with the customer because she had messaged me to ask if she could have first-class postage and paid extra. And I had forgotten and sent it by Hermes anyway. So then she messaged me and said it hasn't come. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I've just realised I sent it by Hermes. I just processed it with all the other parcels. Well, you made me pay extra. I said, I'm so sorry. Refund the additional postage. And if you and I need it for tonight because it's my daughter's problems. I can't do anything to get it to you tonight. It's in the Hermes system. However, when it arrives, if you would like to return it for a full refund, I will of course honour that, as it's entirely my mistake. And she just never replied. So I'm presuming she decided she would keep it. But just go to show we make boo-boos occasionally. Next up, very, very slowly. It still says that I'm sharing a window, so I'm assuming it's still working. Oh, having said that, it's now saying not responding. Can you see a not responding at the top of your screen, or am I the only one who can see that? This is a shambles. Absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. I'm ashamed of me. I'm ashamed of anyone who is trying to broadcast on YouTube under these conditions. BT digital baby monitor, paid £3 for this from the car boot sale, and it sold very, very quickly for some money, which I will show you as soon as my screen responds. You have to be careful if you see these. They come with several parts. So you get the original little baby screen, then you get a little handheld kind of remote control-y thing, like the parent unit. This is the parent unit here. There's two little stands. You can't see the stand that this one's on, but this one sits on a little stand. And then there's another little stand here. So altogether, if you pick up one of these, you need at least two lots of charging cables. You need two separate stands, and then you need two separate pieces. And then they come in a purple carry bag, as a purple carry case kind of thing as well. But I paid £3 for this and sold it for £21.99 quite quickly. Next up, if it ever gets here, will be a Hobbs maxi dress, which I paid £1 for. So this was a bit of a win. I do get the occasional win. I could do with a new computer, couldn't I? I've really not had this very long. If anybody knows why my computer is not coping and what I can do, please help me. I didn't think you still had to do things like clearing your cookies and defragmenting and things. I thought modern computers dealt with that kind of thing on their own, but perhaps I'm mistaken. So Hobbs London, stretch, turquoise blue and black, tie front maxi dress, size 12. Paid £1, sold for £24.99. Good feedback from the customer. Very pleased with that one. That was also plus postage. Next up is something that I picked up from the charity shop for £3, and this was a real kind of shot in the dark. I knew that Paddington had been more popular recently because of the recent film. I didn't know whether anybody would want Great Aunt Lucy. So when I found this stuffed Great Aunt Lucy plush, and it was £3, I thought I would take a chance on it. When I came home and looked it up, it seemed to be popular. So I listed it and sold it very, very quickly at £29.99 plus postage. Worth looking out for Great Aunt Lucy. There she is, look, with her glasses and her Peruvian scarf. Next up is a sea salt dress, which I had listed for quite a long time. I paid £5.99 for it from the charity shop. Sea salt is usually a good brand. It's usually worth picking up. And so when I saw this one at £5.99, I pounced on it. However, it has taken a long time to sell. It might just be a not very popular print. So all of the sea salt dresses, which is useful to know, have the name of the style range on the inside wash tag. So when you find the tag with the washing details, there will be a name on there for what the range is, and that's useful to put into your listing. This one's called Count House, and sold for £26.99. But again, it took a while to go. It was a slow seller. Still a nice profit. Next up is it just says private listing magazines, and I know that there are people out there, particularly Lex Oliver, who's going to go, oh, pornography. It wasn't pornography. These were Slimming World magazines, and I had them listed at, I think, something like 4 magazines for £10 or something like that. Somebody sent me a message saying, I will take all that you have, and can you send them to me in America, and a long-winded explanation of why she wanted them. And basically I had something like 14 magazines. So we did a deal. I sold them for £24 and just put them up as a private listing. And they went off. She's been very happy with those. So always worth looking out for old copies of Slimming World magazine at the car boot sale. Sometimes you'll find a bundle of them, and they still sell. These are the Iron Fist pink and silver rose and skull platform stilettos. I got these again from the car boot sale. I can't remember how much, but not a great deal of money, I don't think. They were in beautiful condition. Looked like they've been worn once only, so I put that in the listing. And I sold those for £22.99 plus postage. Next up, these irregular choice shoes. It's speeding up now that it's got less windows open, so perhaps it just doesn't cope with having all those tabs open at the same time. These came from the charity shop on the same day as Great Aunt Lucy, and I paid £4.99 for these. They are irregular choice, cream lace shoes. They were size 5, and they sold really, really quick for £29.99 plus post. They're not my style personally. I couldn't decide if they were grubby on this bit here, or whether this was the way they were meant to look. It was a bit, bit difficult to tell, but I gave them a quick once over with a wet wipe just in case. And like I said, happy customer with good feedback. So presumably that's how they're meant to be. Last couple coming up. This one is an Evans maxi dress, which I paid again £1 for. Always worth looking for plus size dresses, particularly in summer, obviously. £1 paid for that and sold that for £26.99 plus postage. It's feeling a bit more like a win at this end of the spectrum. The early ones were all a bit, oh dear, this was a fail, this was a fail. It's feeling a bit more like life's winning at this end. Oh, I'm winning at life. I'm also winning at life with the screen sharing now. Yes, winning at life. Last one, Kath Kidston Grey messenger bag. I paid, what did I pay? Oh, I think I paid 3 or 4 for this at the car boot sale, but if anybody can remember it popping up in a video and knows differently, then please do let me know. Look at that terrible picture. I don't even remember putting that terrible picture. Look at that. There we go, boys and girls. You too can succeed at selling stuff on eBay, even if you can't hold a camera straight. That's embarrassing. Looks all right in the little mini pic. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, regardless of my absolutely shocking camera work, sold for £24.99 plus postage. And I think what I need to do now is click on stop sharing. And you guys, I think, should be back to me now, although I can't see me. So I don't know whether you can see. Oh, there we go. I can see me now. I don't know how much of that was a success. I know for a fact that all the waiting around and me talking gubbins in the middle was a major fail. But I don't know if the bits when it froze for you guys as well. So I'm going to play this back and possibly never ever release it into the wild. What more can you do? If you do ever get to see this, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too torturous sitting there while my computer does whatever it's been doing. And again, if there's any computer geniuses out there, clever people, then do let me know what on earth I can do to sort this out, because this is dire. This is terrible. Take care. Bye-bye.